Derek, let's start with the Supreme Court decision. How significant is this?
Hey, Anne-Marie, it's actually kind of significant here. What you're talking about is the difference between when mail-in ballots can be received and counted. In a lot of states, the rule had been that you had to get your ballot in by Election Day. But states more and more have been going to the idea of, no, you know what, you just got to drop it in the mail by Election Day, and then when it gets there, it gets there. So this is going to allow for a couple more mail-in ballots to be able to come in. Now, why that's significant, Pennsylvania is a swing state. Joe Biden's winning there in the polls by about 4 points. It's a state Donald Trump carried. He feels like he has to win. And these mail-in ballots, as you and I have discussed many times before, are skewing Democratic. So theoretically, this would allow a couple more ballots of the type that have been skewing Democratic to come in. There still may be further challenges on this, Anne-Marie, and keep in mind, Amy Coney Barrett would be a sixth Republican vote on the Supreme Court. The case that you mentioned was decided only 4-4, so she could break a tie if this came up for a challenge after the election.
I want to move on to the debate we're expecting on a Thursday. There's going to be changes after the last one, which was chaotic, to put it simply. What are the changes? Well, the big change is that there's going to be a mute button, which is to say that after somebody gets asked a question, in their 2 minutes of time that they have to start answering initially, the other candidate's microphone is going to be muted. Now, is that going to get rid of all of the sound if someone interrupts? Probably not, because they're going to be in the same room. Microphones can pick things up. But the idea is to try and bring a little bit of structure. Now, I will say, this is a bit unprecedented to give people a mute button in a presidential debate. There's actually a fair number of people who want a more orderly process who don't actually support this move. Donald Trump said, two reporters on Air Force One of ours was with him. He said, I don't like this change, but I'm going to go ahead and do the debate anyway. So we're still expecting Trump to show up, even though he hates this change.